Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 10 of the 2000s Ultimate X-Men run. Now, as you know, the 2000 series of Ultimate X-Men, much like Ultimate Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and the Ultimates, was meant to be a reimagining and a different take on the X-Men series. And I know, obviously, Mark Millar based some elements of the first two X-Men films for his story, and you can tell Mark Millar obviously had to work with what was given. So the cover mainly has the Ultimate X-Men getting ready, and let's get on with the story. It starts off with Ultimate Scott Summers, Jean Grey, Storm, as well as Nightcrawler getting ready to infiltrate the enemy base. We see how Colonel Rafe gets them to kind of get to work quickly. And obviously, it's kind of clear that some of the Ultimate X-Men are holding back their punches, despite Colonel Rafe's protest. And right away, we kind of see how even Colonel Rafe's team don't really see him in a positive light. We see how in the middle of nowhere, some enemy personnel take Ultimate Nick Fury away to do some proper testing on him. And we see how Ultimate Beast, as well as Ultimate Iceman, get ready to save Ultimate Nick Fury. And right away, we see how choppers are falling down. We see how Ultimate Colossus is used to kind of take down the enemy train. And we even see how, because of the enhancement, Ultimate Beast now looks like his main Marvel counterpart. And we see how in the enemy center, they find what Ultimate Nick Fury was trying to destroy. But we do kind of see how Ultimate Cyclops does have some second thoughts about it. But we see how, after kind of seeing how dangerous the creature is, we see how Ultimate Scott says, "What are you waiting for, Nightcrawler? Get us out of here, man." But we kind of see how after pressing the detonator, and Colonel Rafe and that, hoping that he survives, we see how they've managed to kind of get out of the whole area with an inch of their lives. And we kind of see how Ultimate Jean Grey, as well as Ultimate Storm, confront one of the head scientists. And we see Ultimate Colonel Rafe saying, "Actually, there's been a change of plan, Marvel Girl. The boys with the calculators just decided that the good doctor's resume isn't quite what we're looking for right now." And we kind of see how they're told to kind of axe him off, despite Ultimate Jean's protests. But right away, this definitely gives a lot of Suicide Squad feel, where Colonel Rafe, much like Amanda Waller, is holding the detonator. It's kind of clear that Mark Millar was taking a little of inspiration from the older Suicide Squad comics. But we kind of see how the Doctor pleads for his life, saying, "Please, please, my name is Dr. Artie Panta. I am married to an artist named Gita. I have one son and 3 daughters." But we kind of see how, despite pleading for his life and helping Jean kind of see that he's not a bad guy, obviously Jean is left with no choice and has to go with the difficult option, axing the Doctor off. And we see how Jean has to now live with the consequences of what Colonel Rafe forced her to do. And we even do see how Bobby Drake is now worried that they're going to die here, they're going to end up being kind of worked to death and so forth. And we even see how Ultimate Colossus gives his own support, saying, "Imagine you're the most dangerous mutant in the world. Imagine you've been captured by a group of people who torture and abuse you until your body doesn't even consider what pain feels like anymore." And we see how he even points out that obviously Wolverine is going to save them, and obviously knows deep down Wolverine always looks out for people. And we see how Ultimate Sabretooth says, "Well, remind me to never get dressed and hit downtown Vegas with you, Colossus, because our boys have recaptured Wolverine 6 hours ago, big man." What? And obviously show off his carcass and that unconscious, and saying, "Feeling stupid?" And we see how Colonel Rafe is now happy that everything is now going according to plan, and now that they've captured Ultimate Wolverine, they can rest easy now. But despite Dr. Cornelius' protest that S.H.I.E.L.D. have now cut their budget and has gone towards the whole army, we see how Ultimate Colonel Rafe has another plan, using Charles Xavier and the Cerebro system, leaving the hint that, yeah, he's going to use Ultimate Charles Xavier for a more sinister purpose. And this is the story. So I think issue 10 isn't great, and it's like I say, it's clear that Mark Millar was taking some inspiration from the Suicide Squad, and ultimately, right away, you know what it's going to go with. Obviously, Deadshot, Mindboggler, also, basically, Captain Boomerang and all that. It's clear it's taking what inspiration they could from the Suicide Squad, matching characters quite similar, and just using a Suicide Squad-like story. Not the greatest, not the best, just something with less creativity, and just using something else from someone else's work. So it definitely deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.